Jai Sai Ram. Vidura's love towards Krishna. This story is a small incident happened between Vidura and Krishna in Mahabharata, which is an example for pure devotion towards God and acceptance of devotion by God. There was warlike situation and the people of Hastinapur were discussing the same subject everywhere. Why this sudden change in the environment? Everywhere people talked in groups and there seemed to be an eagerness and speculation of a welcome change. It was only the subject they talked about wherever they met and discussed. What was it? War. War is inevitable. Is there any doubt? Krishna from Dwaraka is reported to have visited Hastinapur already. Something big is likely to take place. Maybe for good or bad, I don't know. If the clever Krishna could prevent the war, it would be good, is it not? How can anyone guess so? Suppose there is a war and Yudhishthira becomes the king. It would certainly be good for all of us. Does it mean so far Duryodhan had been doing only harm to us? He may not be a great administrator, but he did not do anything wrong to us or anything detrimental to our interest. It is all only a quarrel between brothers. It is there door to door in each and every family. Being an occurrence connected with a royal family, it is talked about much by many. Yes, the matter is ordinary, but its form or shape is big. Krishna is a seasoned diplomat. Let us all hope he will handle the situation to everyone's satisfaction. Krishna arrived Hastinapur in his chariot driven by his friend Dharuka. Quite possibly there may be a lot of heated arguments and discussions in the palace court hall tomorrow when Krishna meets Duryodhana and discuss the rightful share of the kingdom of Pandavas. Bhishma was walking alone in his quarters in the palace. He looked completely exhausted with his mind bogged in worries. He was crushing his palms while thinking hard. He was talking to himself, analyzing what was going to be his role in the discussions. Duryodhan and Karna, along with other Kaurava princes, were rehearsing their proposed arguments and demands and defense. Duryodhan was not in favor of giving any special reception to Krishna, who is a messenger from Pandavas, and rejected whatever suggestions given to honor and extend due respect to Krishna. Many felt that Krishna, a non-participant in their disputes, should be accorded the courtesies due to a friendly king and a respected leader of a community. And finally, Duryodhan yielded to the pressure and agreed to provide a suitable place in the palace of Krishna to stay in Hastinapur during his visits for talks on behalf of Pandavas. The palace was made ready accordingly. When Krishna entered Hastinapur, he ordered, "Dharuka, slow down the chariot." He gazed at the lovable town of Hastinapur with which he was associated for long. He observed the happiness in the faces of the citizens and enjoyed the fertile fields surroundings, the beautiful row of flowering trees, the colorful row of houses on both sides of the main streets. No change should affect these, he thought within himself. Dharuka was leading the chariot slowly towards Duryodhan's place, which was suddenly observed by Krishna. "Stop," said Krishna. "Turn the chariot towards southwest of the royal palace and enter the small single street in front of you." Dharuka led the chariot in the small street with various bends, and at the end of that long road, amidst desolate open dry fields in darkness, there was an old palm leaf thatched old house surrounded by some trees. "Stop there," said Krishna, and walked towards the hut. There was no one to be seen in the street, and an old man was living all alone in the hut. He was surprised to hear the loud noise created by the chariot and the horses, and slowly came out of the hut. When the wheels stopped in front of the hut and wondered who would be visiting him at that time. He knew that normally nobody would dare to come and talk to him, as he was an unwanted man for the king. So he was amazed to find Krishna standing in front of his hut, whom he least expected to visit him. Krishna, Krishna, I cannot believe my own eyes. Is it you, Krishna, who thought of me and came all the way here? Oh, I am very fortunate person to be visited by you at this late hours. Tell me, is it you, Krishna? And are you definitely my Krishna who visited me? Uncle Vithura, how many Krishnas do you know? Because I know only one Vithura uncle whom I wanted to visit. Laughed Krishna. My loving Krishna, how many years after these old ears are again hearing your sweet talks? Krishna, I am glad. I am alive today. I came to know that you are likely to visit Hastinapur, and in my heart of hearts, I long to see you once and talk to you before I die. But I doubted the possibility, as you would directly go to Duryodhan's place and return back from there to Dwaraka. Uncle, what are you talking? Is it only for talking you wanted me to visit Hastinapur? Please note that it's not for talking alone, but to stay with you, and I've come here all the way. Will you allot me some space to sit, lie down, and sleep in this cottage? Krishna, don't you know that you have a permanent place reserved for you in my heart? And it being so, is there not any space in this poor cottage for you? I am glad, uncle, that you have allowed me to stay with you. In fact, I am fed up with the palatial houses and comforts which are tiring me out and does not allow me to lead a simple life of my choice. I am seriously thinking of staying here with you for long. I don't know if you would allow me to do so. Vidura laughed. Uncle Vithura, why did you laugh when I was seriously explaining what was in my mind? Asked Krishna. Krishna, you must be kidding and joking. Can you afford to take any rest? Are you like me and other normal individual? If you rest for a while, will not the entire universe come to standstill? Is it possible for you to rest? Forget it, Uncle Vithura. Do you have anything for me to drink or eat? As I have travelled for long, hoping that you will have something to offer me. Krishna, the moment I saw you, I could not think or do anything, overwhelmed in extreme joy. I have some fruits to give you. Let me bring them quickly. Vithura brought some selected fruits and plate and sat before Krishna. Both Vithura and Krishna were talking about Shastras and Dharmas and Rajya Paripalan, etc. While Vidura was busy removing the skins of the fruits and offering the fruits in the plate, which Krishna was eating one by one. Uncle Vidura, after a long time, today only I enjoyed the food offered most heartily, and my stomach is full. It looks like that I may not need any food until I reach Dwaraka in a couple of days, said Krishna. So saying, Vidura looked at the plate he kept before Krishna and was shocked to notice the mistake he had committed. While fully absorbed in the talk with Krishna, what Vidura did was, he had kept all the fruit skins in the plate before Krishna and had thrown away the fruits. And Krishna had eaten all the skins in the plate before him. Vidura became nervous and sweated profusely with emotion and uttered in a choking voice, Krishna, what have I done? From the deep recesses of his heart, continuing, this fool had kept only the skins in your plate and threw away the fruits in my ecstasy on seeing you. Poor Krishna, how patiently you ate the skins. I have committed a sin by ill-treating you, being totally unfit to even offer fruits properly to you, my divine guest, cried Vidura. Krishna only smiled in reaction. Recovering from the shock, Vidura asked, Krishna, why and how did you eat all the skins? Krishna heartily replied and laughed, saying, Uncle Vidura, I have a habit. Whoever gives me anything with true love and affection, I don't see the taste in what is offered or how is it offered, but fully enjoy it. The skins and the tulasi gel you offered me gave immense happiness. In Gita, lectured by Krishna to Arjuna, later in the Kurukshetra war, he said, "Any bit of leaf or a small spoonful of water offered to me with pure love and devotion makes me completely happy. I don't want anything from any devotees." What we learn from this small inspiring story? What we inferred from this story is that God bows to the pure love of devotees. Let's take a lesson from Vidura that we should also develop a pure love and great devotion towards Baba. How Krishna accepted the skins of the fruits, in the same way, Baba will not refuse our prayers. Baba look at the devotion only and will not look into any mistakes committed due to love and affection with Baba. Krishna visited Vidura's place without prior information and unexpectedly. Baba too will visit our place unexpectedly. What we can do? Let us read Satcharitra with pure devotion and love. Even Krishna expressed his intention to stay at Vidura's house for few days. Sincere reading of Satcharitra can also bring Baba to our house and stay with us. Let's read the Satcharitra from her heart and be dear to Baba. Baba will accept us as such if show great love to him. Let's replicate the character of Vidura and leave the rest to our Baba. We have received a great opportunity through this Parayan class to read Satcharitra for him and will not miss this opportunity. We can experience sea of changes in the coming days which many devotees felt in the past and experiencing currently too. Om Sai Ram. Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai.